We are on the Coosa River today in Elmore County. I'm going to be looking for Jaspers, different kinds of agates, and other. I'm in the woods. I just had to stop and fix my shoe situation. I'm definitely in need of a new pair of shoes. I have lost the grip on the ones I have. And man, when I hit that pine straw, I was skating. I hadn't been down here since last year. But this is one of my favorite places to find beautiful stuff. And this joker's been running for a year, so there should be some great things for me to find. I'm gonna get right to it. I'm making these shorter videos now. I see somebody's left my bag of trash there. But this is the artesian spring that's coming out of that big old hill back there. I'm gonna take a look at it real quick. Guess I can work my way up to that. I'm gonna stay down here. Last year I had so much luck with this. It's that smoky quartz. This is an artesian spring, and it's coming out of the hillside up there. All along this bank right here is artesian springs. This just happens to be the biggest one, and that the river gets too thick down in there to get in it. You'll need a boat. I'm gonna get down here and start looking. There's always some really nice stuff in here when you really take the time to look. I have reached down and picked up some beautiful stuff more than once. I even got accused of trying to pass concrete off with this. It is iron. There's a layer of iron up there in that hillside I'll show you, and it collects rocks. I guess when it's forming, whatever's touching it gets trapped in it. I discovered that last year. I have found some beautiful stuff in here. I have an idea of what I want today, but I'm mainly just wanting to make a good video. Let me get my picture taking finger up there. I have got some pretty agates out of here. With some nice fortifications in it. A lot of that. I think kids get down here while their parents are fishing. That's that smoky quartz. There's some pretty structure in that one. One of the prettiest agates I ever found was down here, for Alabama anyway. I think the prettiest I ever found myself. It's all beautiful, and you can tell it can be worked. That's one of the prettiest things about it, being down here in it. But I got so much stuff to be worked, and I've got to really start working it. I just quit taking it. And now I got a friend that I like to send stuff to. That's a whole new thing there. I'm going to be connecting Rock Solid Passion to this video, hopefully. And you'll be able to see some of this, make it all the way to Arkansas. Along with other stuff that I've pulled out of here. It's just a nice, easy place for me to come because I'm about 5 or 6 miles from my house, and probably that's by road. It's probably not that far if you could just go straight through. That prettiest piece I ever found was right here in this right here. Most people come down here to go fishing. I've been fishing here all my life, and not one time did I ever come down here to look for a rock. That's some beautiful quartz. You can see all the different colors. There's a peach and yellow. Sometimes them colors don't quite make it through that lens. Like I said, I do have some new tech coming. I just had a delay in the delivery and had to reset. There's that beautiful cypress tree. I get pictures of that thing every year. It has changed up in there. I can see all my spots I like, and it's truly washed out and changed. I'm just wanting to make my way up there slowly. It's really starting to warm up in Alabama. The water's warm enough for me to stand in and do my videos. Oh, that's pretty. Not sure if y'all can see how beautiful that is. It's just a silky black. I've thought about cutting it and doing triplets with it, because when you hold it to a light, it shines through where you'd think it'd be solid. It's not. It's pretty. Oh, that'll shine too. I love to get them sunlight pictures. I make some beautiful pictures catching that sunlight on that quartz. Not sure if y'all can see that, but you can see flat in there on that fracture, and it's got bubbles in it. I have found the quartz with the bubbles in it down here before. It's all been a surprise, because I was never expecting to even find anything like this close to my home. You can see that ran through a vein That's definitely the bottom and top of it, or side to side, either way you choose to see it. Just absolutely amazing after you look at so many of them. To pull up that one. Precious gem. Still on the look for a arrowhead. Did a little bit of hunting over the winter. We didn't have much of a winter, maybe a couple of weeks. I mean, it was a little chilly, but it almost don't count. Oh, there's a lot of lines in it. I don't think that'd be considered a Jasper. It don't look like a rock, but it definitely is. I guess that would be a sediment. Keep that one. Start loading my pockets up. Well, you can see that mica in that. That mica will form inside that quartz crystal, like in the veins of it, or the fractures. I've been looking at the fields out by my house. Well, that's pretty. Has some water wear on it. I'm not sure how good that's coming through. We've been having a lot of meteor activity, and from what I see, so is the United States. But I've got these fields that have never had anybody except farmers on them. There's my dots I like. And I've seen these people doing these magnets, and I've thought about getting me a magnet and just trailing through that field, pulling it, and see if I could score me anything. Now, Gemini told me about this wind, and I told Gemini that I didn't have to worry about wind because I'm way down in a canal, and usually the wind blew over us, but not today. You know how it is when you say something and it proves you wrong. That's all right. Live and learn. I'm gonna tell you what, there's some, that's beautiful. It's small. I like the small stuff sometimes. You can see some of the most beautiful details and structures in a small piece of rock like that. And that one I just found. It gives you your brain an idea of what's in here in just a larger size. You just got to search till you find it. It looks like a piece of wood. It's not. That's quartz crystal. And you just see the vein where it grew through the ground, created those patterns. That's got some, that looks like wood. It is. That's gonna be pretty. Get that sunlight. on it and get that trash bag out of it. I'm gonna keep that just cause. Let me see. I guess it's easier in this water because the rock is already wet and you can really see the patterns a lot better. A lot of times when you're looking in that wash there, it's dry and it has like a white coating on it and you don't see it a lot of times. I was trying to explain that to a friend of mine the other day. You never give up on a place if you don't find something immediately, because sometimes your eyes just can't see what you're looking for. And once you get that picture of that stone or wood or whatever you're looking for set in your mind, they just start popping out at you like a car. When you buy that car you've never seen and you get in it, start riding down the road, and there's one and there's another one, you start seeing them everywhere. It's a little piece of something beautiful. It's just so little. A big piece of that would be a good wow. We've had a lot of good. There's a piece of that stuff with the bubbles in it. Look at that. That is like almost completely, you can see the cloud in it. And it'll have like a, let me try that sun again. That sometimes that sun's in the right position where I can see, I can spot. It looks like fractures, but it's not. There's water lines in there. Oh, got it. And that could be a fracture on the top there, but I can see in it. I'm gonna keep that one just to send off to Arkansas. You hear me talking to you, rock solid passion? Boy, that's got some pretty lines and stuff in it, even though it's dirty. It's still beautiful. You keep that one. There's another one. Once you learn what this looks like, when I was training to cut and polish, and this over this last year of me doing this, I have learned you just don't know what's inside of these. But after a while, you learn how to, you look at it in a different way. Start packing this backpack. I'm always weary. I'm gonna cut my hands on that iron. Some lines. See that gray? It looks like a slick clay, but it feels like concrete when you touch it. Oh wow, that's a keeper. I just dug that out of that wall right there. So that's going to be really pretty when I clean it up. Let's see if I can get a good picture of that. That just came out of that. That's what I'm going to do on the next video. I'm going to be walking all through here and checking all this out, because over this months I hadn't been here, it's been sitting there waiting on me. That's just quartz. That looks like a big old piece of quartz. There's a big rock with some quartz on the bottom of it. Let me give this a quick scan. Look at there. I always tell how silky that is. I'm gonna keep that just to send it to her. Oh wow, look at that one. I love those lines. I sent her a box and she did a opening of some stuff, and it was stuff mainly from that artesian spring I go to, but I wanted to collect some stuff from here, which it pretty much parallels. That artesian spring though, it's different, but it's really a lot of the same because it's sitting on the Alabama River, running parallel with the Alabama River, and this artesian spring is flowing into the Coosa. Look at that beautiful monarch butterfly. I'm seeing them every time I come out now. I didn't mean monarch, a swallowtail. It's a yellow swallowtail. I hadn't seen a monarch in a while. That's more of that. A lot of quartz. Oh, that looks like something I'm getting in this shade. Oh, there's that beautiful stuff right there. When you clean that, man, it turns into something else. I've just got more than I can give away right now. Oh, there's something. I think I'm gonna keep that. That's beautiful. I love it up in here. It looks like it's really pouring itself out. Dug a hole here in that clay. There's a hard line of clay. That's muscadine coming down. Got to be careful. I've just seen glass in here, and I didn't see any glass last year. I guess somebody's been up in here and busted some. See right there? Man, I hate that. So I can't just dig down in these rocks anymore with my hands like I once did. But that's alright. I'll make that's that iron. Just huge slabs of it. It's laying right on the top of this clay here, the clay line. When I get up that way, I'll show it to you a little better. I'm not sure how that forms or what happens to make it. I know I find it all over the place in Alabama. Well, down in my neck of the woods anyway. I'm in central Elmore County. But that line was way out here before. It has really went back. See that? These little waterfalls coming down into the creek. And this all just comes straight out of the ground up there. But I've gotten past that. That's an old maple laying across there. You can see it's still sprouting and the roots. But it used to be on top of that hill way up there. And it's just came down this far. So literally it could just start moving if it wanted to. I'd have to get my tail out of the way. That's quartz. And quartz form in that schist. Because you'll have schist and mica. I wanted to get up here to show y'all the hand grips. It was full of stickers last year. I kept getting in those briars last year. See, that's a wild rose growing right there. And that whole thing is a big old briar patch of roses. So I'm gonna go this way. And this is all just caving in. I just wanted to show this is the iron. It's sitting on top of this clay. It's a gray clay, and it's not hard. It's a nice soft clay. But somehow that iron forms on top of it. There it is there. Gotta be careful moving stuff with these snakes. But that iron is what gives me the red I find all the time. Ooh, that's pretty. Let's keep that. Start moving this stuff around, the water starts shifting. Pretty. Wow, look at the lines in that. I got the perfect light too. Yeah, so pretty to wash it out. Ooh, that's a nice one. I can tell by the way that feels. Look at that. I'm gonna keep both of them. All this on top of this iron came from this hill. And you can see where it's just coming out of the ground right here and right there. There's no flow off of the hill. It's under it. That's why it can just come sliding at you so easily. You got to be ready to run. You got to get out quick. You see some red jumping out of that. Look at there. That bust. I want to move these pieces here. I usually get up here and I get it so stirred up that you can only hunt forward, because behind you will be so muddy, can't see it anymore. That's a root to one of those big sticker vines. There's that beautiful quartz. Love to catch these things. At least the mosquitoes hadn't got real bad yet. They'll be toting you off in a couple of months. Not even a couple of months. Probably a couple of weeks. Oh, that would have been great. Well, I'm 31 minutes in, so I'm going to cut this one out. There's a piece of petrified wood. That's absolutely a good find. I'll end it with that. I appreciate y'all joining me. I'll come back for the second one, maybe even the third. Y'all have a good day and be blessed. Thanks for watching my video. I truly appreciate everybody.